There's been some interest in this rifle that I put together. It is a Ruger American in 308. Came with a 22 or 24 inch barrel, and I took that down to 18. I took 1.75 inches off the stock. I shot it like that with the 2-7 scope for deer season last year, and I was having issues with the scope fogging because it was such a warm season, so I decided, you know what, let me put some iron sights on it, and there wasn't really anything available to put on it, and I've always wanted a rifle with the HK drum style diopter sights, so I went ahead and purchased some of those and modified them to work on it. I'll go over a few different things here. One of the first things that I did was put a Pt1 trigger in here, which is a really nice trigger. It came with a nice trigger from the factory, but I had that blade in it, and it broke at a fairly light weight, but it wasn't very crisp. And this Pt1, she's empty, magazine's empty, chamber's empty. The Pt1 trigger is just, go watch it, does not move, just breaks. So I'm real happy with that. Then I sent the rifle out to CDI Precision Gunworks down in Florida, and they went ahead and milled the stock, and you can see in here, you see those flats that stop there and they go down there. He worked with me and milled the receiver so that this gun, rather than just accepting the AICS pattern steel mags, which are nice, I wanted to be able to run the Magpul mags, which are inexpensive. So now, because he milled the receiver, I can run those no problem. It was about $150, I think, including labor with the parts. So there's that. You may have noticed the grip area looks quite a bit different than the factory ones, and that's because I changed it. The factory stock is pretty steep slope, and there's not really any texture or grip or anything, so when you pull back for rearward pressure, your hand has a tendency to slip down on it, and you wind up pulling the trigger from down low. So I built that up with some steel putty, shaped it how I wanted to shape it, and that's been just fine. The comb on the stock is quite a bit low on this rifle. Very low. Even with just these iron sights, I had to run a Kydex cheek riser, which I just made. Not a big deal. You just heat the Kydex up and wrap it around there, let it cool down. I trimmed it to shape and riveted it through the plastic stock. With the scope, I had the same one, but probably, I think it was 1/2 inch even higher than that. What else did I do? Well, I have this light mount that I put on the front. It's actually a scope base for a Ruger 1022 that I inlet into the stock and secured in there. My Streamlight TLR1 just clips right on it, no problem. So for the front sight, the post was a bit low for the rear sight, so originally I had just a bushing turned that the gas tube portion of the factory HK sight slipped over, and